Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're reacting to LAFC versus Toluca FC, CONCACAF Champions Cup 2026, semifinal leg 1. LAFC contra Toluca FC, la Copa Campeones de la CONCACAF, semifinal, partido ida. Nashville is down to Tigres after one leg. Of course, they have the second leg to play next week. We'll have a double live stream watch-along on that day for the second leg of that. Toronto's game goes straight into Nashville Tigres leg 2, so we will be live for both. Double live, double review. Toluca LAFC is on its own day. Well, we'll talk about that later. With that being said, yeah, wearing the Raptors jersey after the Raptors just lost by 5. I know. Shut up. Yeah, they choked that one away. But we'll be live for Game 6, and the Raptors will have to win that one on Friday night. We're all going to watch together as it all falls apart, or if they somehow keep themselves going for another live to fight another day for a winner-take-all Game 7 on Sunday night or afternoon. Who knows? Hopefully night, so I could do F1 then the Raptors game. Either way, here we are. Toluca, LAFC Toluca. Here we go. Let's see how good this game is. Let's see how it is. Of course, we'll go over the Open Cup results as time allows, but here we are, the second semifinal, the second first leg of the semifinals. Of course, next week we'll know who our finalists are. On Wednesday night, about an hour from now, next week, an hour from now, we'll know our finalists. 11 minutes to kick off when it comes to LAFC and Toluca. Can LAFC beat Toluca, or will we be looking at a 90 minutes away from the first ever Liga MX versus Liga MX final in this tournament since 2021? We're going to find out. Starting 11s are as follows. Hugo Lloris, the back four, Sergei Palencia, Ryan Porteous, and Kosi Tafari, Aaron Long. Midfield 2 of Marky Delgado, Matthew Chouanier. Attacking midfield 3 of Jacob Schaffelberg, Timothy Tillman, David Martinez, and Heung-min Son. Whoa. Is Bouanga's injured? Well, Bouanga ain't playing tonight. And he ain't on the bench either. That's not a good look. Either way. Oh, not good. Starting 11 for Toluca in goal. We have Luis Garcia, the back four of Santiago Simon. We have Everardo Lopez, Bruno Mendes. We have Jesus Gallardo. We have Franco Romero, Marcel Ruiz, Helino. We have Castro, Jesus Angulo, and Paulinho. How we doing, Mile High? Good Raptors game. Not good enough. We choked. Bad. But we'll be live for Game 6, and the Raptors have to win it. If the Cavs finally steal a game on the road, if there's a game finally stolen on the road, the series is over, and that would go for Game 7 as well. If the home team wins again and stays undefeated this series, every game's been won by the home team, we go to a Game 7 and have to beat the odds. But all we have to do is beat them once. So we'll be live for Game 6 on Friday night. And if there's a Game 7, hopefully it's Sunday night so we can be live for the F1 and the basketball. Does Paulinho score? Probably. Sucks for LAFC. There's no Bouanga. Oh, that's not a good look. That's not good at all. But we'll know 90 minutes. What are we leaning towards? Who's in the catbird seat for next week? We know Tigres are in the catbird seat for next week in the Nashville tie. News. I don't see anything about Bouanga being injured. That's interesting. All right, squad. Let's see. Denny Bouanga. I don't see an injury for him. I don't see anything that says what it is. Let's look his name up. Let's see. Denny Bouanga not playing tonight for LAFC versus Toluca. Oh, he's suspended. Okay, it was yellow cards. My bad. Bouanga is suspended for the accumulation of yellow cards. He received a yellow card in the previous match of the competition against Cruz Azul. Okay, there we go. So that's what it is. It's no injury. He's suspended. Okay. I forgot about that. Rapids are tied with switchbacks. Yep, 1-1 in 62 minutes. With that being said, Houston's beating Louisville City. 1-11. Shit. Well, the U.S. Open Cup results for this round. Atlanta beat Charlotte 2-0. We had Orlando beat New England 4-3. We had San Jose beat Minnesota 4-2. Yesterday was Atlanta winning 2-0. San Jose winning 4-2. Today, NYCFC beat Red Bull 3-1. Columbus Crew beat Knoxville 4-1. Orlando beat New England 4-3. St. Louis City won 2-1 to go to the quarterfinals. Houston Dynamo is leading with 9 minutes to go, 2-1. 63rd minute for Colorado versus the Switchbacks, 1-1 in that game as well. In that game, it is 1-1. That game will end the last of all these games, and we'll have our quarterfinalists. Because MLS hates this tournament. 2-1. Ponce, Ezekiel Ponce scored the goal. So Louisville City had a 1-0 lead up until the 90th minute. They go to extra time. They allow a goal in the 102nd. Louisville, they got to find something. They have to find some more. They're done. They're going to be eliminated. Man, they have some heartbreaking Open Cup games. Jimmy Moore went to Houston. Well, there you go. When did that happen? 2025. Okay, he's been there for 2 years. Okay. What do you know? Either way. I mean, they definitely rotated. Oh, yes. Extra time, 6 subs. Come on, Louisville. Find an answer. Come on, Louisville. LAFC Toluca about to get going. How come you didn't stream the Raptors game today? Because CONCACAF. I chose to do CONCACAF. You could have done a double. I chose to just do CONCACAF. So, and it didn't last long enough for me to do, well, I guess I could have, but I didn't want to do those last 5 minutes with the way it ended. That was just garbage. So, here we go again, another Mexico team going through. Well, let the game play out. Maybe they won't. Maybe LAFC will show up. Losing Bouanga is not good, though. But either way. Either way. They will shake their hands and get going. Get this one going. There's no other player to replace Bouanga. But Schaffelberg is a good shout. So, if you want to try, I would say Jacob Schaffelberg would be your answer. Guess what LAFC has? Jacob Schaffelberg. So, it's worth a shot. Starting 11, Hugo Lloris. Long, Tafari, Porteous, because, of course, Bouanga is suspended for yellow card accumulation. Schaffelberg, Delgado, Chouanier, Palencia. I guess yellow cards still stand between until the semis. Tillman, Son, Martinez. Oh, Tillman's on the wing. Why? Okay, that's even worse. Okay, I'd say Schaffelberg should be on the wing and Tillman should be in the midfield, but I'm sure they're going to yo-yo, I'm sure. Either way. Toluca wearing white, LAFC wearing black and gold. White and gold versus black and gold. Yeah, that's awesome. Ishmael Cornejo from El Salvador, the referee. Atletico, what was a 1-1 draw? Isn't the second leg in Arsenal as well? I have an idea. Why not replace Tillman for Eustachio? Well, they should have done that as well. Toluca, Garcia in goal. Gallardo, Lopez, Mendez, Romero, Santiago. Angulo, Ruiz, Castro, Helino, and Paulinho. I say Denver wins tomorrow. Here we go. 90 minutes to see who's 0-0. Pittsburgh, Philly in overtime. Wow. Man, that's going to suck. One goal could end your season. One goal could save it or keep it going. Come on, Pittsburgh. Come on. Arsenal about to choke the whole season. Here we go. First leg, second matches. Well, here we go. LAFC to kick off. We will be live Friday night for Game 6 of the NBA playoffs. That'll be our next stream. We're off tomorrow except for run it back for the Dynasty Stars. Well, Macwell's already been crying. Like 112-15 face-offs. It's pretty good. I'm happy the Habs won. They're one away from moving on to the next round. What if, honestly, Habs, Buffalo, Boston, the Habs, I'm doing those series. I'll tell you that right now. If the Raptors lose one of these next two games, I will still do some NHL playoffs. I won't say every game in that series, but I will definitely do a couple, at least, of Habs versus, if it is Habs versus Bruins or Sabres. And either way, I really want the Habs to win that series. Raptors have to lose first, so. Which they probably will at this point. Maybe not tomorrow or Friday, but definitely Sunday, probably. They haven't won on the road, but they've won at home. So, they'll win Game 6. Well, they're not the Leafs, but, they'll win Game 6 to go to Game 7, do the exact same thing they did tonight, dominate for 3 quarters, and choke to lose the series. It's probably how it's going to happen, yeah? 0-0. 0-0. Three minutes. Toluca playing forward. Julinho. You know, I used to be an Arsenal fan, but they were so disappointed in the last 15 years. I decided to change my team. Give up. Well, give up, switch up, same thing. And you know what? I don't blame you. You ain't from London. Why the hell does it matter to you? Playing forward. Schwanier gets fouled by Castro. Playing forward. Here we go. Header. Nil-nil. LAFC looking a little bit shaky. They had all my favorite players when I was growing up. I got tired of being made fun of because they never would win anything. I'd laugh, but Chelsea might be in the same situation sooner rather than later. So, definitely a possibility. Now, would I switch up to any other English team? Probably not. I just wouldn't give a fuck. Like, I barely give a fuck now. And just focus on MLS and CONCACAF. But, you know. I mean, hey, Chelsea's pretty much in the similar boat, really. Give it about 5 more years with Blue Co, and I'm probably going to be in the same boat as you. Thank God we won the Club World Cup, though. That was fun. Papered over all the cracks. That was an amazing run, though. I won't complain. That was probably the last big Chelsea trophy. That was like the last breath of like Chelsea being bullshit. No, Chris Richards. Chris Richards is the best USMNT defender. Playing forward, LAFC rushing it. Son gets there, but they clear it. Arsenal's never won a Champions, bro. Think about that. Chelsea, I've seen them with it. I've seen them lift it. You know what? I was happy for them. I was very happy too. But Chelsea's about But my point is, okay, Aaron Long won a Gold Cup with a C team. Chris Richards is better than Aaron Long. Aaron Long is not the same guy he used to be, and honestly, he's been garbage for about 3 years now. So he won a Gold Cup with a C squad. Does that mean anything? If you won a Nations League, maybe I'd listen. The Big Four and CONCACAF don't even give a fuck about Gold Cup anymore. They send the damn C squads. Or I should say the Big Three. And Jamaica still can't win the fucking thing. I don't know why Canada's sending B squads to the Gold Cup. I have no clue. I mean, they're playing Nations League, especially now that they've been playing Nations League finals in March. Like, why are we sending fucking B squads to the Gold Cup? It's in the summer. We ain't big enough to do that. Then why is he playing on one of the best teams in MLS? Because he has a name. That's it. That's MLS for you. If you have a name, you get to one of the best teams in the league. His history and his name. He's not at his peak anymore. He was already at LAFC, and I think they re-signed him. So, hey, there you go. Justin Simmons retired today. Playing forward. Toluca. Blocked away. Schaffelberg doesn't get it clear. How we doing, Daniel? 9th minute. 0-0. Schaffelberg gives it away. Out for a goal kick. They should restrict Gold Cup to U23 and make it a 2014 tournament. Honestly, I mean, that pretty much just is C teams, but a bigger tournament. I mean, yeah, but honestly, what does that do? I mean, I get what you're saying, but that's pretty much what the U.S., Canada, and Mexico have done the past couple of times. They basically made it a U23 tournament. With maybe some overagers of like MLS players that are like mid. But pretty much. I mean, like, yeah, the other teams aren't. Yeah, but can they even win? No, they don't win. So, I mean, what are we exactly complaining about? Louisville lost to Houston. Damn. 2-1. 2-1 for Houston in Open Cup. Still 1-1 for Colorado versus the Switchbacks. And the Rapids are down a man with 9 minutes of regular time to go. Well, yeah, that's the only one left, so might as well. Yeah. Cozy Thompson got the red card. Damn. Flyers just missed. Oh. It was Martone. You can bring teams from all over the world, but they can only bring their U23s. It'll give chance to players that usually don't even get considered to show a coach what they got. Okay, that's better. That's better. Aspiration to get to a World Cup team. Hit off Shelov's stick. Holy cow, damn. 12th minute, 0-0. It's over. Flyers win. Flyers won the series. 1-0. Pittsburgh just didn't have it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yep, Philly has won the series. Scored the goal. 1-0 Flyers. Cam York puts them to the second round. Christian Dvorak plays for the Flyers now? Huh. 2025, okay. He's been there for a while then. Matvey, assist. Cam York with a goal. NYCFC beat Red Bulls in Open Cup. Yep, we talked about that earlier. Couturier, Konechny, Sanheim, Zegras, Forster, Ristolainen. What the hell? 2021, okay. Could have sworn he was still in Buffalo for longer than that. Over the top. Header. So Pittsburgh's out. Well, at least I'm not the only one feeling hurt today. Dvorak's on Philly. He went there in the offseason. He was beloved in our locker room. I bet he is there as well. Yeah. Philadelphia advance. Schaffelberg, Son loses the ball. LAFC, Toluca just seems a little bit faster than LAFC, which is crazy because LAFC doesn't normally look like the slower team of the two. They normally never do. Do I think Bouanga being out has something to do with it? I mean, Schaffelberg's pretty fast too. You know, I mean, I don't think it's exactly 1-for-1. But either way, the cream floats to the top. Yeah, Macho Man, yeah. Macho Man Randy Savage promo, no. Cream rises to the top, no. Either way, 0-0, settle. Y'all aren't cultured if you don't know that Randy Savage promo. Sixteenth minute. 0-0. LAFC looks like they're just being outrun. Playing forward. Bad giveaway. Playing forward, Toluca. Toluca have the ball, and they look like the better team so far, which doesn't shock me one bit, but Flyers eliminate the Penguins. Damn, Schaffelberg won't get there. Gets to the goalie first. Edward Leuven, man of the match for St. Louis. Good. Playing forward. Tough day for you, Toronto Raptors. Now Penguins eliminated. Well, I mean, the Raptors are the worst part of the day for me. The Raptors losing is the worst part of the day for me. But at least they're still alive, right? Penguins, it sucks, but it ain't my team. Well, it ain't my first team. The Raptors are second even. I mean, it's just a bandwagon. You know, I mean, it sucks they're out, but, you know, I wasn't bandwagon in Tampa either. Honestly, I mean, if it was Penguins, Habs, would I root for the Penguins if the Penguins made it that far? Yeah, I probably would have. Sorry, Rory. But, well, now I don't have to worry about that. Now I don't have to worry about that. If the Raptors get eliminated, well, we will have some non-Leafs playoff hockey streamed on this channel. Not every game of a series, but we'll do some, because I'm sure some of y'all missed that, the playoff hockey, and honestly, I do too. Like, I've had fun watching the NBA playoffs, and I think I've had fun watching this Raptors series, and you know what? I'm sort of falling back in love with basketball, to be honest. Both teams trying to play it safe. I think it might go to penalties. You do realize there's two legs, right? And the second leg is going to be a lot different than the first. It's only been 10 minutes. We're into stoppage time with the Colorado Rapids game. 1-1 at home. Down a man. Either way. Switchbacks haven't drawn. They're going to have to play extra time down a man if they don't find a goal. Either team, really. Well, of course, Colorado still be down a man, but Colorado don't find one? No. Well, I mean, they're both Colorado teams, so either way. LAFC could park the bus. Yeah. Some called away goals. You don't want to give up any away goals, but you certainly don't want to go to Mexico without any goals on your end either. I mean, LAFC is trying to survive without Bouanga for the most part. I could tell that. Schaffelberg ain't bad, though. And, oh, okay. I was like, if there was only 1 minute of stoppage time, I'd be like, really? Just from looking at the freaking commentary and, like, the timeline of the game, there's got to be more. Here's the thing. It'll be a draw either way. My bracket's doing okay. Yeah, but CONCACAF still uses away goals. Playing forward. Yeah, I picked Pittsburgh to beat I picked Pittsburgh to beat Philly. Shot wide, so yeah, my bracket's probably not doing that well. I had Buffalo over Montreal. I had Buffalo over Boston. I had Montreal over Tampa. I have Montreal over Buffalo in the second round. My bad. I have Montreal over the Hurricanes. I have the Hurricanes winning their series, or they did. I have the Hurricanes I had them beating Pittsburgh. I think I still have them beating Philly. So I have Carolina versus Montreal in the Eastern Conference Final. I have Montreal beating Carolina. Montreal in the Stanley Cup Final. On the Western side, I had Edmonton beating Anaheim, and that's looking a little bit shaky. It's not over yet, but it's looking a little bit shaky. What else were we? I have the Golden Knights winning. I think I picked the Knights. I forgot what I did for the West, really. I have the Avalanche winning. And I had the Stars in the first round. Ah, crap. That's not the sport I was talking about. Can't believe Valencia gave LAFC the hardest time this tournament. Well, I mean, Miami. You have the Stars over the Wild, which looks like it's not going to go well. I can't believe the Stars are losing to Minnesota. Minnesota is actually way better than I expected. I have the Golden Knights over the Mammoth, and the Mammoth are beating Vegas. Oh, guess who hasn't shown up for the playoffs again, huh? Oh, wouldn't you know it? Mitch Marner hasn't fucking shown up again. Loser. Loser, loser, loser. Can't fucking show up for shit. I'm glad he's not doing it in Toronto anymore. In the playoffs, 4 games played, 0 goals, 3 assists, 3 points, 0 plus minus, 0 penalty minutes, 6 shots, 0 power play goals, 2 power play opportunities, 0 shorthanded goals, 1 shorthanded opportunity, 0 game-winning goals. Time on ice, 21.46, 29.02. Production. Garbage! He's fucking garbage! Mitch Marner is fucking garbage. He's got 1 assist. He had 1 assist on Monday when they won in overtime. 1 assist in game 1. 1 assist in game 2. Hey, he has an assist. He has 0.75 assists per game. Yeah, you pay him to score goals. You dumbasses. Yeah, goal. Oh, hey, Vegas just tied it, and it was Pavel Dorofeyev with a goal. Who assisted? Tomas Hertl. Wow. What the man. I'm glad Marner ain't stinking it up with the Leafs anymore. I'm glad. Number 16. I'm glad I didn't have to give him the Lee Gunner Kai Havertz treatment. I wish I thought of that. Either way, garbage. 0-0. He's doing it again. He's doing it again. Nobody gives a fuck in Vegas. The media does not care, and he's still folding like a cheap suit. He's a punk. Oh, it's because the media cares too much. The fan base is too harsh in Toronto. They're mean. It's too much of a pressure cooker. Well, now we know he's just a punk. Canada's too caring. They care too much. He can't do it for the national team either. He's barely had a chance, but he didn't do it for the national team either, especially at the Olympics. I know he scored a game-winning goal in overtime. What else did he do? Fucking nothing! He's a punk. He's a weak-willed, slimy punk. Mitch Marner is the weakest player I've ever seen in my life. Dude is 150 pounds soaking wet, sniveling, slimy little punk. Only can perform in the regular season. When the lights get too bright, even if people don't give a shit about that team, he still folds like a cheap suit. And Utah don't give a fuck either, so it ain't the away team press being hard on him either. He's a weak, sniveling, 150 pounds soaking wet punk. Why do you care, Ryan? He's gone. I'm right. That's why I care. I may not be that much heavier, but at least I'd have some snot. Jesus Christ. Could I get folded if I got sent into the boards just like him? Yes, but that's hockey. Sometimes you're going to get rocketed into the boards. Take it like a man. Either way. Please, Nashville, turn this around. I don't want to see LAFC win CONCACAF. Well, I mean, Toluca doesn't look like they're making LAFC look better. Or whatever. Well, I mean, LAFC don't look better against Toluca right now. So, either way. Honestly, if the Leafs win the draft lottery, we will have a better version of Mitch Marner, who isn't as much of a punk. Well, what if the Leafs want to draft a defenseman? If we win the lottery, if the Leafs win the draft lottery and we win the first pick and keep our first round pick, I don't give a rat's ass. Okay, I said this when they could have got Lafreniere during the COVID year because they lost the play-in round. And they were inches away from winning that lottery. I said it then. Now I'm glad we didn't get him because he's a bust. But either way, if we get the number 1 pick, which we can do, I wish it would go our way. I really do. Hell, even the number 2 pick. But if we get the number 1 pick, Gavin McKenna, I don't care if we need a defenseman. And besides, there are no defensemen in the draft this year like Matthew Schaefer who are ready for the lights. Okay? There's nobody like Matthew Schaefer in that draft who is ready for the big time. No. I know Morgan Riley sucks. Let's just trade him for somebody. I don't know. What I'm saying is if the Leafs win the lottery, which I mean, staying in the top 5 it's not winning the lottery, but that's good for us. Winning the lottery, getting the first pick, we have a chance to do it. It's not out of the realm possibility. NHL sort of loves when big teams have some bad years and they give themselves the number 1 pick. I mean, who knows? Maybe the Leafs will get that number 1 pick. Either way. How we doing, son? I feel like they might actually give us the number 1 pick. It's either going to be one of 2 things. The Leafs will win one of the lotteries and get the first or second pick, or we're going to fall out of the top 5 and the Bruins are going to get the 6th or 7th pick because, we have bad luck. It's either or. If we keep our pick, it's going to be a top 2 pick. If we don't keep our pick, it's going to be the 6th pick for Boston. That's exactly how it's going to go. We will win one of the lotteries. If we keep our pick, we're winning one of the lotteries. You cannot change my mind. Can't change my mind. Would I prefer it to be the number 1 pick? For sure. Point is, I don't want a defenseman. If we win one of the top 2 picks, especially the number 1 pick, I don't want a defenseman. Give me Gavin McKenna. And if we win the 2nd pick, I'd still rather pick a forward. Because there are no defensemen who are like Matthew Schaefer in this draft who are ready for the show. Trade Morgan Riley. Get somebody that way. Get rid of him. Give us a number 1 defenseman through trades. Or just hope Troy Stetcher becomes one. I don't know. Either way. Cavs won a close one. I know. You don't have to remind me. I watched the whole game. Thanks, because this game was so late. 0-0. Settled. Toluca looked like the better team. LAFC are trying to probably get that 0-0 draw or maybe a 1-0 win. So far, LAFC are getting what they want, but Toluca look like they're just a bit faster to the punch. But it hasn't given them much to build on. Either way. Yeah, I don't. I'm not. Scotty Barnes will be ready for game 6. Okay, nice. He's not that hurt. No, there's no way this game is... Oh, it is extra time. Okay. No, it is extra time. Still 1-1 for Colorado versus the Switchbacks. Who's going to win the UCL Champions Cup? At this point, I think the UCL's... I think Bayern's going to win the second leg, and I think they're going... Whoever wins the PSG-Bayern tie is going to win the trophy. So Bayern. I think Champions Cup, part of me is starting to believe that Tigres has a wild horseshoe up their ass. Part of me is starting to believe that Gignac is going to walk away a CONCACAF champion. Tigres are going to lose less players to the World Cup camp than Toluca are. I think Toluca is going to make the final. If I'm being honest, I mean, I had them picked to go there anyway. And I mean, the way they look, and I think they look like the better team. I honestly think with the World Cup camp and the fact Tigres are going to lose less players and it's Gignac's last game, even if they made the Liga final, it still would be his last game. He's retiring. I'm starting to believe, Tigres are going to win a second Champions Cup with Gignac, and he's going to walk away a CONCACAF champion. I'm starting to feel the winds turn that way. I mean, really, probably Toluca, but, you know. The right answer is PSG LAFC. Atletico Madrid's going to get bodied by PSG and Bayern, though. It's not that they are a working class club, and I respect them for that. I never said anything bad about Atletico, but they're going to get killed by Bayern or PSG. I don't care how good you park the bus. Ask Inter Milan how that went for them. Ask them how it went for them. They had to play haram ball to try to beat PSG, and ask how that turned for them. They're both Atletico and Arsenal are going to get bodied by whoever wins the PSG Bayern tie. Whoever goes to the final, they're both going to get bodied. Yes or no, Tigres Bayern rematch. I mean, if Tigres win the Champions Cup and Bayern win the UEFA Champions League, it's possible. I mean, we're only 2 wins away from it happening. If Tigres wins this tournament and Bayern wins the Champions League, we are 2 Tigres wins away from it happening again in December. I would love to see it. Because, of course, Tigres would have to beat the Libertadores champion and then beat the African, Asian, Pacific Cup champion in the Challenger Cup. And then they would play Bayern. Absolutely not. The only thing Tigres is going to do is be a damn disgrace. Yeah, but I feel like the storyline is on their side, though. And Nashville's losing to them. Toluca's going to lose their best players to the World Cup camp. And Mexico and Tigres won't. Except for maybe Marcelo Flores. And LAFC... Well, they might be looking for revenge if it's LAFC versus Tigres. Yeah, let's not forget about that. But I still feel like Toluca will win this tie. Toluca just look... And by the way, Toluca's better at home. I don't care if you give up no away goals, but if you have a 0-0 draw... Not as many as Toluca. I mean, Toluca's losing everybody but Paulinho. Well, and Paulinho's kind of a tronco. I mean, they're going to lose Vega. They're going to lose Marcel, I'm guessing. They're going to lose everybody worth a damn besides Paulinho. And you could say, well, what about Paulinho? He's a fucking tronco. Come on. He only shows up every, 3 weeks. Let's be real. Every 4 or 5 games does he show up. Like, we're really going to say Julinho? Really? Tigres are going to lose less players because all their players are old as shit. But they ain't as good as they once was, but they're as good once as they ever was. Hashtag Toby Keith. 38th minute. Except for Marcelo Flores, pretty much. Which, they could survive without Marcelo. And Lainez, honestly, they could survive without him too. So, if they lose Lainez and Marcelo, I mean, really, still not as bad as Toluca. That's only half their players this time. 0-0 draw. So, I mean, they still have Angel Correa. He's not going to be called up to the World Cup squad. They'll still have Gignac. They'll still have Buffalo Aguirre, I would assume. I think other countries are. The host countries will have shorter camps as well. Gignac. Why would you fear going to Canada if you've gone to all these other countries? What the fuck? Dude, I Show Speed has gone to all these other countries that Canada scares you? You're scared of Canada. And you went to all these countries in Africa, all these countries in Arabia, all these countries in South America. You went to all these countries and you're scared of Canada. What the fuck? That's the craziest shit I ever heard. Tigres wins, they won't have their best player. Angel Correa's going to River. That happens in the summer. Now, if you talk about the Intercontinental Cup, no, they won't have him, I guess. But, ooh. They probably won't win there, but they'll still have him for the CONCACAF Champions Cup final. It's May 30th, so even if his contract ran out, he'd still be there. The window ain't open yet. Can't leave yet. He's still there. Now for the Intercontinental Cup, that's a whole different story. It's a whole different story. Either way, whole different story. But cross that bridge when we get there. I'm sure Tigres will buy somebody in the summer that would replace both him and Gignac. I'm sure. And it's Hurricanes, Flyers in the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs in the NHL. That sounds like a good tie, I won't lie. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Tigres still has Angel Correa till 2030. Dude, do you realize that football contracts are the most bullshit contracts in the world? Like, players in other sports get traded, but transfers are pretty much like free agents, except you buy the fact they become a free agent and then sign for you. Like, football contracts are the most bullshit contracts ever. Like, yeah, the longer that's on a contract, the higher you have to pay to buy the guy. I get that, but some teams don't even care about that unless he goes on loan. Exactly. You could also do that. Loan him out. Mark Dos Santos, the coach of LAFC. 42 minutes. Playing forward. Playing forward. Schaffelberg loses the ball. Tillman cleared out. 42 minutes. I mean, yeah, he could go on loan, which I think that's honestly been the rumor, but either way. wants to terminate his contract. Well, yeah, I mean, but that's also, as I said, oh, that's just sad. Whitecaps MLS Vegas relocation has 2 interested groups eyeing 2 separate sites. Source. Fuck Vegas, man. Fuck Vegas. Save the Caps. Save the Caps. Nobody takes away the redheaded stepchild from the Canadian rivalry, the Canadian triumvirate, and I guess also the redheaded stepchild from the Cascadia triumvirate. Either way, there's at least, I think a lot of MLS fan bases are backing them, but there's certainly 4 fan bases that back the Whitecaps heavily in staying in Vancouver. Toronto, Montreal, and that's the only thing I agree with Montreal fans on, and Seattle fans for that matter, and Portland. You're cool. We like you, Portland. Or at least I do. You're cool. Well, it's different. When they play each other, when Toronto and Vancouver play each other, it feels like a rivalry game. But I don't look at them as rivals like I do Montreal. As in, not every day of the year, 24/7, 365, until the day I die. Like, yeah, I hate Vancouver the day they play us. Maybe a couple of days before they play us. But we should be better than them. Honestly, it's more jealousy than hate at this point. Because they're better than Toronto right now. And it's sad they're going to lose their club. But, I mean, of course, when we play them, yeah, it turns into a rivalry for like 3 days. And I wish we could beat them. But I don't want to lose Vancouver. I don't give a crap about hating a team in Vegas. Even if they still have the name Whitecaps, which wouldn't make any sense. But then again, LA Lakers, there's no lakes in LA, and they're still called the Lakers. So, you know where that name came from? Minnesota. The Utah Jazz. There's no Jazz in Utah. You know where that name came from? New Orleans. Nolans. Yeah. Nolans Jazz, eh? You know that? Charlotte Hornets got their name back. Yeah. Oh, Memphis Grizzlies. So I think there might be some Grizzly Bears in Memphis, but not as many as Vancouver. Speaking of Vancouver. But, no, I don't. It's like, again, Ole Miss. I hate Ole Miss. 24/7, 365, till the day I die, till I take my last breath. That will never change. And I will only root for him if it makes me money or gets me a free bloomin' onion. I've done that twice. Once for money and once for a free bloomin' onion. I didn't get either. Southern Miss. I hate them when State plays them, but when they don't, I want to see them succeed. There are times I want to see Vancouver succeed if they're not playing TFC, except in CONCACAF Champions Cup. I want to see them lose that. But either way, so no, they're not like Montreal Ole Miss level rivals, but, you know, when we play them, I guess they are. Vancouver sees Toronto as rivals more than we see them as rivals. Because, you know, Toronto's the center of the universe and all that shit. Washington State lost the Sonics. Yeah, at least Oklahoma City changed their name. We know about that, but I'm talking about teams who didn't change their name after they moved. Saying there's no Whitecaps in Vegas, but that would make no sense. But then again, the Lakers, there's no lakes in LA, and they're still the Lakers. 46-minute halftime, it is 0-0. LAFC is keeping the clean sheet at home. That's what they want the most. Still think you need some goals at home. Toluca's better on the road anyway. 0-0, 0-0, medio tiempo. 45 more minutes to go. And Toluca looks like the better team slightly, but right now LAFC have not lost the game yet and given away any away goals. But also the New Orleans, or the Utah Jazz were the New Orleans Jazz. There's no Jazz in Utah. It's the furthest thing from Jazz, but they kept the name. The only thing that's Jazz in Utah is the fucking Utah Jazz. That came from New Orleans. Because New Orleans is known for jazz. Have you ever known about New Orleans? Have you ever heard a thing about New Orleans? B.B. King? Maybe. Have you ever heard about the French Quarter? Second lines? No? Should learn about New Orleans. There's so much to learn about that city. And then after you do, go. I haven't gone yet, but I'd love to go to New Orleans. Should learn about New Orleans. Beautiful city. There's a lot to learn about that city. Either way, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. 45 more minutes, 0-0 draw. We'll see how this goes. $45 more. 0-0, settle. Sit tight, be back. And we're back. Rip Utah Grizzlies. Heading to Trenton, New Jersey Devils affiliate. With that being said, halftime, stats to half. We got 28% possession to 72% possession. Oh, Lord. LAFC's getting outplayed. Even worse than I thought. 2 shots to 6. 0 shots on goal to 2. 130 accurate passes, 78% to 384, 92%. 7 fouls to 6. 0 corners to 4. 2 shots to 6. 0 shots on goal to 2. We have 167 passes, 419. 78% pass accuracy to 92. Bad news for Dillon and Ryan. Davies was awful. I mean, awful against PSG. Well, he was never really that good of a defender anyway, so just throw him on the wing. Fuck playing him as a defender. Even people in Canada on TSN are starting to say they should just play him on the wing. I agree. I've been saying this for years. 78% pass accuracy to 92. That's where he makes most of his best plays, especially for Canada, when he goes up the wing. He doesn't have to defend. We have outside backs. Richie, Atakubi, Johnston, Segura. We don't need him to play the outside. Play on the wing. So, the less he defends, honestly, for me, the better. 78 to 92% pass accuracy, 12 throws to 8, 0 offside to 0, 0 yellow cards, 0, 0 red cards, 0, 0-0 at the half. 0-0 middle tiempo. Pen shot was Davis' fault. Move his hand when he didn't have to. Canada cooked. Honestly, I think we played better without him, but the less he needs to defend, the better, as I said. If he plays the wing when we have outside backs who actually defend well, it's all fine then. It's all fine. Let him focus on offense. We're good. With that being said, I think LAFC have looked like the worst, not as good of a team as Toluca. Toluca has definitely been faster. Who's better than Davies at left back, though? I would say he's never been. Like, he may be one of the best left backs in the world, but that's because he's better at pushing forward. It's never really been his defense that's been his strong suit if you've really been paying attention. And why would Canada have him defend when we need goals and he's better going forward? And we have outside backs like Segura, Atakubi, Larea, Johnston. Richie Larea, Sam Atakubi, or Segura. We could all play him there. All 3 of them. The only one you really can't play there is Alistair Johnston, but he's getting healthy. He's playing right back. Atakubi, we'll see. But then you still have Richie Larea and Segura. So, also Ali Ahmed. Rapid's still going. Yes, 113th minute, 1-1. With that being said, Toluca looks like the better team. They look like they're slightly faster, and LAFC are trying to very much figure out how to get something out of this game without Bouanga playing. He's no Hakimi and Nuno. Those guys are animals. Both attack and defense. Exactly. Like, I love Alphonso Davies. I think he's amazing offensively. Defensively, there's a lot to be desired, even when he was before the ACL injury. People act like he is Hakimi. People act like he's Nunes. He is not. He is not. And so either way, Here we go. Waiting for the second half to start. Here we go. 45 more minutes. Toluca to kick off the second half. What will they get out of this? We will find out. Do you think Brock Lesnar really retired? I say he is. I believe he is. I think he's done. I think he's done, truly. Cleared away by Toluca. Rapids scored. No penalty shootout. Georgie, former Sounder, now Rapid player, he scores 2-1. Saved and covered by Toluca. There was the chance. 116th, 114th minute. 2-1 Rapids with 5 minutes to go plus stoppage time. If they hold on, they're advancing to the quarterfinals and the round is over. Louisville lost to Houston 2-1. Colorado might do the same in extra time to the Switchbacks. 45th minute. And that'll be all of our 8 teams through in the Open Cup. Atlanta. We have Atlanta, San Jose, NYCFC, Columbus, Orlando, St. Louis, and Houston. Colorado. Rapids looking to become the 8th, and that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All MLS quarterfinals. No Lakers losing by 5 at half. Header wide. No, as of now, unless Colorado scores in extra time, ties the game up, and wins on penalties, there will be no USL teams or lower division teams in the quarterfinals of the Open Cup. If Colorado holds on, there will be no lower division teams in the quarterfinals and forward of the Open Cup. There will be an MLS team that wins the Open Cup. 2-1 Utah, Kraus again. Let me guess, Mitch Marner, stinker and hooked again, eh? I'm guessing, eh? Mitch Marner, stinker and hooked, as per usual. Stinker and hooked, as per usual, for Mitch Marner. Good job, number 16. Good job, number 93. Whatever you want to call yourself now. And the Colorado Rapids just conceded a penalty. Josh Atencio handball. Colorado has a chance. Colorado has a chance to tie the game with a penalty. Well, Vegas fans are finding out quick you can't rely on Marner to come back in the playoffs. Yep. And I thought it was because the Leafs fan base is harsh. I thought it was because the media was harsh in Toronto. Oh, really? It's not, because Vegas don't give a fuck. Wow. He's just a punk. Who would know? Who knew? Who knew? It's like we were calling this for years. Jesus, Rapids suck. Maybe I just, either way. Talking about Mitch Marner makes me feel like Lee Gunner. Cleared away. It really does. It really does. I might have believed in him for 6 months last season until the playoffs, but I was never wrong about Mitch Marner. I was never wrong about him. And the only reason I started to believe that he was different was because of the Four Nations face-off. How you see this game ending and who's left? 0-0 draw, maybe 1-0 Toluca, but I don't think LAFC wins this game. They start off a little bit hot, but I don't think they have it. And Colorado Springs ties the game with a penalty. It's 2-2. Oh my. We might still have a USL team in the quarterfinals of the Open Cup. We might still have a cup set on brewing. Goal scored by the Switchbacks to send this to penalties. Is it on Galazzo? It is. Should we throw it on? Switchback ties it. Bennett. It is Corey Bennett from Jamaica who scores the penalty. I'm putting it on Galazzo. Screw it. We gonna watch this shootout together. Ball crossed in. LAFC have the ball. Tillman with room to shoot. Goal! 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 Goal to LAFC! Timothy Tillman. He ain't no Bawonga, but he got it done. Timothy Tillman gives LAFC the lead. Came in for Bawonga. He got one for him. That one's for you, Bawonga. 1-0. And I guess those fans are there for Human Son, I'm guessing. Probably. 1-0. 51 minutes. 1-0. 1-0. Esta noche, Eagle. Right on, brother. Right on. Told you. The USL team's already won the Open Cup. Yeah, back when MLS was prehistoric, but the Rochester Raging Rhinos did. But again, it's like CONCACAF. It's the prehistoric era. Doesn't really count. 1 minute of stoppage time. Lol. Marner's invisible. Stinker and hooked, as per usual for Mitch Marner. Stinker and hooked. Somebody go get him a Lee Gunner shirt. You know what? I'm gonna say it. Mitch Marner is the hockey version of Kai Havertz. They're the same guy. 150 pounds soaking wet. Punk-ass players can't do a damn thing, and they only play when the lights aren't the brightest. But when the lights are bright, they suck. I know it, and Arsenal fans know it. Kai Havertz sucked for Chelsea, too. But he scored in the Champions League final. I don't even know how he did that. That was like the one time where he showed up when the lights were brightest. That's it. That's it. I don't even know how he did that. He must have been on autopilot, because if he was thinking about it, he would have fucked it up. We're going to penalties in the Open Cup. You have to put the dead skull emoji at the end. When you say stinker and hooked, type it out. Playing forward, Son. Palencia, shot. Here's a chance. Goal! Goal! Jacob Schaffelberg! I told you! Jacob Schaffelberg, 2-0. I fucking told you. He was a good enough replacement for Bawonga. I told you he was going to score. I told you. Let's go. Jacob Schaffelberg, baby. Let's go. I told you he'd come through. I told you. I told you. Man, I miss him in Toronto. I told you. Palencia crosses it through. It gets to Jacob Schaffelberg, and boom, 2-0. I guess we still may get an MLS team in the final. It was the wrong side of the bracket. Fracaso Toluca. Boom. 2-0, 54th minute. Penalty shootout for Colorado versus the Switchbacks. 2-0, 54th minute. I love this game. I love this game. Schaffelberg. Toluca's. Oh, no, it might be offside. They might be checking it for offside. Rapid, man. I guess it's coming back for offside, or it's just being checked. I think it was tight. It was tight. I don't think you could exactly. It was tight. Palencia, it was tight. Schaffelberg wasn't off. I don't think you can call it. Markey, I don't think he was off either. It's too tight to flip it. I don't think you can. I think it's a goal. You can't flip it. It's too tight. It's way too tight. It's a goal. It has to be. I don't see it. If it is, it's CONCACAF helping the Liga MX. It looks like Schaffelberg's goal will stand. I saw a thumbs up. Either way. If it's taking that long. Schaffelberg wasn't off, no, but I think they were looking at Marky Delgado. Just like looking at Reed Baker-Whiting last night for Nashville. It wasn't Schaffelberg that was off. I think it was Marky Delgado. If there was somebody off, it was Marky. Here we go. If it's taking this long, he wasn't off. I'm sorry. Call it a goal and get it over with. And Colorado Springs will go first for the goal, or for the penalties. Bennett scored the penalty to tie the game. Good goal. I think it is. I haven't seen the call yet. 2-0 LAFC. If it stands, it'll be 2-0. They're going to VAR. They're going to VAR. Oh, waiting just to go to VAR. It's going to be to the referee's eyes. We need lines. We need to draw lines. Here we go. Bennett versus Hansen. I mean, I don't see it. I think it's on. And Markey didn't even touch it, so what are we doing? LAFC always comes through for me when I need them the most. Yeah, they always do come through. Bennett for switchbacks. Schaffelberg wasn't off. Markey might have been, but he didn't even touch it. Is the game over? No, there's still 63 minutes to play. Bennett for switchbacks goal. He scores his penalty. 1-0 switchbacks. He scored his penalty. Will there be a USL team alive into the quarterfinals of the Open Cup? They have to win on penalties to do it. If it's taking this long, there's no offside. I'm sorry. I don't see it. Navarro for Colorado to step up. Navarro for the first penalty for the Rapids. I don't think it's off. I don't think it's off. Well, they haven't bottled it yet. No goal. Offside. You kidding me? LAFC are only up 1-0. Jacob Schaffelberg's goal did not count. That's bullshit, man. No. Bad call. Navarro, bad call. 1-0, LAFC. Shot, goal. Goal for Navarro makes it 1-1 in the shootout for Colorado versus the Switchbacks. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. And I mean, honestly, if you were going to make the decision, make it on the freaking still. Took him way too long just to make that decision. 59th minute. Rapids lose it on purpose. Well, this might be your easiest chance to get to CONCACAF, and you're not going to take it. Goal kick for Hugo Lloris. 60th minute. Switchbacks take their second penalty. Playing forward. Can LAFC get one back? I hope they do. Tillman loses it. It's a throw-in for LAFC. Past the hour mark. Dorofeyev 2-2. Well, that's both goals, ain't it? Shot, goal, 2-1 Switchbacks. Nice penalty. Sends him the wrong way. Throw in for Palencia. I hope LAFC scores instantly. You want Schaffenberg to score again? Yeah, because he just got robbed. Come on, Jacob. We need you to score again. I mean, he did prove me right, but he also got robbed. 3-2 Vegas. Oh, well, good for them. Shea Theodore. Damn, instantly? Jesus Christ. Rob Holding for Colorado. Former Arsenal player Rob Holding to take the penalty for the Rapids. Shot and scores Rob Holding. I don't even know if Lee Gunner cares, but he must be happy, right? 1-0 in the LAFC game. 2-2 penalties. I'm not surprised. Third penalty for the Switchbacks. Did LAFC get robbed? Yeah, they did. Yeah. Like, Markey didn't even touch the ball. Rob Holding in 2026, really? Well, he's an MLS, though, but yes. He's still MLS level. Shot and saved. Horrible penalty. Tie game 2-2. Switchbacks need a save to keep it tied. I'm not an LAFC fan, but I kind of feel like that was good with football with no problems behind it. I didn't think that was offside either. I mean, I thought Markey was right on the line. You know what? I don't care. I've seen it enough in the CPL. I want the new offside rule to be a thing. The new offside rule is better than the current offside rule, especially with VAR being a thing. Third penalty for the Rapids. They could take the lead here. Honestly, yeah, I'm going to say it. I think the new offside rule, especially with VAR, makes things a little bit less tedious like that. Shot, goal, 3-2. Colorado leads on penalties. Switchbacks need a miss or a save, and they have to make both their next two penalties. Playing forward. Yeah, but VAR makes it, if there was no VAR, like, do you really want to see offside calls like that where it's like a toenail and they have to take 5 minutes just to make the damn call? That's not the point of VAR. Like, at this point, Talon Maples to take the penalty for the Switchbacks, former Toronto FC 2-man, draft pick for Toronto FC. I think he got screwed over by the club, but it is what it is. Played for Houston, too, as well. Barbosa for Toluca coming on for Heleno. Well, there you go. Talon Maples, shot, goal, 3-3. Colorado Switchbacks need a save to keep themselves alive. Well, also, with a fourth goal, of course. Two misses and they win if they score their next penalty. Playing forward. Corner for LAFC. LAFC's definitely dominated the second half, though. Lewis for it, or Dante Seeley. Oh. It's Dante Seeley with a penalty. Shot, goal, 4-3. Lewis used to have the number 7. Dante Seeley has. Not bad. Still not used to Seeley having the number 7 for the Rapids. Still not used to it. The quality on this Galazzo stream ain't that good. Rapids game stole the show tonight. Now the second half of LAFC is pretty good. McGee for the switchbacks. Breakaway, Hart, Rob, Schmeltz. McGee has to score to keep the switchbacks alive and have a chance to send them to sudden death. If he misses, the game is over. If he scores, switchbacks have to make a save, and he scores 4-4. There has to be a save to send it to sudden death. So Colorado could still win it here. McGee scores. Oh, Esteban Andrade given 13-match ban for punching opponent in the face. I'm surprised he left Liga MX for the second division of Spain. Surprised. LAFC playing forward, leading 1-0. Still might not be enough to win, but here's Son. Son in through and blocked away for the win. Georgie, who put the Rapids in the lead. Who put the Rapids in the lead before they gave up the late penalty that put them into a shootout. Georgie for the win. If he misses, we go to sudden death. Long run up. Corner for LAFC. Shot! Saved! Saved! We're going to sudden death. 4-4. Switchbacks. Save it. Herrera. What a save. What a save. 33 for 45. Nielsen. Oh, Boston finally got a point in the NWSL. Good for them. Long is off for Nielsen. 67th minute. And here comes Colorado Springs switchbacks. Here's a chance. Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long arm of the law. Sorry, had to do it. Colorado has to score here. Shot, goal. Oh, no, off the post. It went off the post and out. Colorado missed. Colorado Springs missed. Oh, no. Oh, no. Now they have to have another save. Get to sudden death just to miss off the post. Wow. And it's out. Off the post and out. The entire tournament's been Toluca versus California. Oh, yeah. San Diego Galaxy and LAFC. Well, all they got to do is go to California and then go home. Josh Atencio gave away the penalty that sent him to a shootout. Can win it for Colorado. Atencio, shot saved! Again! Comes up big. Once again. 4-4 still. Herrera comes up big once again. Atencio. Wow. Do you think Mourinho is the guy to coach Real Madrid? Honestly, I think they need a guy like Jose Mourinho, yeah. Portland beats the San Diego Wave 2-0. Let's go. Thorns win. Colorado Springs switchbacks get a chance to score again. Still sudden death. Cleared away for LAFC. Shot saved! 2 straight missed penalties. And Colorado Springs cannot. Wow. 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 Horrible penalty. Keeper read it the whole way and covered it. Wow. Goal kick for Larice. 70th minute. Whoever's next for Colorado, just try out Panenka. And here we go. Rosenberry. Shot! Goal! He puts it under the arms and the Rapids win. Rosenberry sends them through. Keeper went the right way, but Rapids win. No lower division clubs left in the Open Cup. All MLS clubs in the quarters. Damn. Aaron Rodgers considering signing with the Arizona Cardinals. Huh? That's crazy. Free kick for LAFC. That's crazy. What? That's crazy. Rapids going to the quarterfinals. Well, there you go. 71st minute. Credit to Schaffenberg for trying a lot. He's always a trier. He always plays hard. Like, I've never questioned Schaffenberg's work ethic, even when he's had his not good runs of form. Playing forward, 72 minutes. Playing forward, shot, goal, Toluca ties it. Away goals for Toluca. 1-1. 1-1. Toluca tie the game. Oh, that just sucks for LAFC. That sucks for them. Angulo scores. Jesus Angulo with the goal. 1-1. 1-1. You just knew Toluca was going to score something like that. You just knew. Even if LAFC was dominating the second half. Angulo gets a shot off and slots it home. Had room to shoot and he just let it go. 73rd minute. 1-1, 1-1. Away goals will help a lot. Yep. LAFC did not need to give that up. Even if they were up 2-0, they still shouldn't have given that up. Or it still wouldn't have been good if they'd given it up. But now that it's a draw, with that being said, 74th minute. That sucks. It was a good run, LAFC. I mean, it's not over, but they got some work to do. But hell, Nashville has some work to do. Free kick for LAFC. Nope, advantage played. No free kick. Wow. Saudi Arabia pulls funding from LIV Live Golf. Live plans to tell players and staff by Thursday that Saudi Arabian PIF will end its funding for the Upstart League. But the PGA Tour isn't yet ready to welcome back those who jumped ship. Someone laugh at Phil Mickelson. Isn't Angulo also going to the World Cup? Well, I mean, he could. Porteous gets, I don't know. Playing forward, header. Up. '77th minute, 1-1. It's wraps in leg 2. Vamos. Probably. Especially if it stays a draw. Give Toluca Tigres in the final. So, no MLS team in the final for the first time since 2021. Might be the case. We're going to find out next week. Nashville or LAFC, can they get the job done in Mexico? They're going to have a high hill to climb. We might have a full Mexican final for the first time since 2021. 22, we had the Sounders in the final. They won. 23, we had Columbus in the final. They lost. 24, we had... Or 23, we had LAFC in the final. They lost. 2024, we had Columbus in the final. They lost. 25... Sorry, I was looking at the year they won the Cup, not the year after. 2025, we had Vancouver in the final. They lost. LAFC were in the final in 23. My bad. LAFC lost the MLS Cup to Columbus in 23 as well. So, my bad. Nashville gonna have a tough time at El Volcan. Yeah, we already talked about. We were talking about that. You know, I mean, I like golf. I'm a low key, like, I never really talk about it. It'd be hard to cover. I don't think I'll ever cover a golf tournament on this channel, but I love golf. I do. I love to play it as well. Or I would love to play it as well. I haven't played around. I'd love to play around, though, but not really rich enough. But either way, you know, I love golf. I do. Big fan of Tiger Woods. Big fan of Rory McIlroy. I never really liked Phil Mickelson. Big fan of... Was a fan of Vijay Singh for a while. Well, I mean, he's still there, but, you know, dude's kind of washed up. But if he does well, that's cool. I like Bryson DeChambeau. Ludwig Auberg. Yeah. Scotty Scheffler. Tiger's the GOAT, though. But I mean, I'm a fan of golf. I'm glad the PGA is. I mean, those live golf guys are going to go back to PGA and have to pay a big fine, but you know, I'm happy. It sucks to see some guys that you know their name only show up at the majors because they have the exemptions at the Masters, at the U.S. Open, at the Open, the PGA Championship, because they have exemptions. They can still play those tournaments. But that's exactly what I've been saying. I said the story's kind of riding its way of Gignac walking off a CONCACAF champion. What was I saying? Now you see what I'm saying. Yeah. But again, I mean, I'm a fan. Now, I will say this. If I ever played a round of golf, or if I played a lot more golf, I'll tell you this. You know who started making clubs? McLaren. No joke. No joke. I'm not kidding. It's because everyone's going to lose their best players, and Tigres are going to lose the least. But I will say this. Because McLaren started making golf clubs, I guarantee you, if I know I'm going to start golfing or play around, I'm going to buy McLaren clubs. McLaren golf clubs. Why wouldn't I? Golf clubs with the McLaren logo on it? Are you crazy? You're damn right I would. Header. F1 meets golf. You're damn right I would. Timothy Tillman, ball crossed in. Cleared away by Toluca. 80th minute. I think LAFC were the way better team in the second half, but they gave away a goal, and that definitely put them behind the 8 ball. 90 minutes in both legs from finding out we may have another Liga MX final. People were like, oh, this is MLS's best chance to win again because Mexico's going to lose all their best players to that World Cup camp. Well, turns out we might not have an MLS team in the final this year. Good job, Miami, you fucking bottle jobs. I blame Miami. Well, Vancouver bottled their tie to Seattle as well, you know. Okay, I blame both of them, but I especially blame Miami. Miami definitely would have beat Tigres while they didn't beat Nashville. They didn't lose to him either, but they lost on away goals, but they didn't lose a game to him. But Miami is garbage, right? Well, they've been better since they fired Mascherano. Either way, he wouldn't have been fired if they did make it through. I still think they would have beat America. If they kept Mascherano, probably would have lost to Tigres. So, either way, I blame Miami. Galaxy were always crap. LAFC, I mean, Toluca's Toluca. It was always going to be a tough sledding. But again, well, at least it's football ads. Israel Reyes is flying home right now. Flying to Rome. Flying to Rome right now. Was he going to play for Roma? There's no Italian teams left in UEFA competitions. Is he going to Roma? Playing forward. Or Atalanta. No. Phil Mickelson will have to find another way to settle his gambling debts. Good, makes your channel look great. Well, yeah. Well, 84th minute. Playing in, header. '85th minute. Header down, wide. Do you think Israel Reyes is good enough to play for Roma? I don't think so, no. I don't think he's good enough to play for Roma. No. If Gasparini thinks he's good enough, I guess. I don't think so. No. I was watching the Toronto Raptors game. It was fun until it wasn't. The Raptors basically dominated the first 3 quarters and choked in the fourth. It was fun until it wasn't. We'll be live for Game 6 on Friday. Are the Mets the joke of the baseball season so far? Yes. Thank God the Mets are so bad as they are. The Jays haven't got as much shit as they deserve. Things are starting to get better for the Jays, but the Jays should have taken some shit about the past couple of weeks. I'm not going to lie. Luckily, the Mets were so bad, we haven't taken really any shit. So, cool. 85th minute, Schaffelberg. Tough luck for the Raptors. Yep. They got to win on Friday. Nobody's lost at home yet. Of course, if somebody loses at home, they lose the series. If the Raptors lose at home, the series is over. If the Raptors win at home, they have to play a Game 7 in Cleveland. If Cleveland loses at home, Raptors advance, Cleveland goes home. But that's a Game 7 anyway, so whoever won was going on and whoever lost was going home. But I'm just saying, no home team in this series, Toronto Cavs, has lost yet. Game 1 and 2 was in Cleveland. Cleveland won both. Games 3 and 4 were in Toronto. Raptors won both. Game 5 in Cleveland. Even though Toronto dominated most of the game, Cleveland won. So if the pattern continues, the Raptors will send it to 7 and all to play for in Game 7. Either way. World Cup. Santiago, Mexico already has 3 strikers. Does that mean Santiago Jimenez might not make the World Cup? I think he makes it. Now, do I think he starts? Probably not. Do I think he plays more than Memote? Yes. Do I think Hormiga might start or Raul? Honestly, corner. I think if they go 2 strikers, I think Raul Jimenez is definitely going to start. If they go 2 strikers, it's a flip-flop between Santi and Hormiga. If they go double striker formation. If they go a single striker formation, I honestly think Raul is going to start. But I still think Santi will make the roster in the end. I really do. Corner for LAFC in the 88th minute. Now, will he start? He ain't starting as a 1 striker. And honestly, a Hormiga might start if there's 2 strikers up top. So he might still be a sub, but he definitely will play more in Memote. Santi would play more in Memote if he makes the roster. I mean, that's what they've done when they look the best. I think Mexico under Aguirre in this current era, when they've looked the best, they've played 2 strikers. So, yes, I think they should play 2 strikers up top. Yeah, that's when they've looked the best. Angel City all the way, bro, says. If you talk about the NWSL team, I disagree. Go Thorns. And also go AFC Toronto and the Northern Super League. If you talk about just the City of Angels as LA, well, LAFC, talking about them like that. Well, I want MLS team in the final either way, even if my predictions are wrong. Thank you. Trying to go red for Toluca because I picked them to win the tie and I wasn't wearing the Jays red jersey. Not them. Oh, okay. Not the Northern Super League. Well, I mean, I'm going to support a Canadian league. Always. That is true. You're right. 89th minute. Playing forward. Schaffenberg down hurt. What do you think about the CPL? I think it's a very good league. Business-wise, is it shaky? Yes, but the football in the league is very good, especially with Forge, Calvary, Pacific, Atletico at their best. I think Forge is I think the CPL is a very good league football, quality-wise. Business-wise, it's got problems, but I think the CPL is good for Canada. It's good football to watch. It grows younger players and borderline players into MLSers and players getting a chance for the national team. It's doing its job. I think the CPL, especially Forge, is a better team than a lot of Central American teams. I'm not saying all of them, but Forge could beat a lot of the Central American teams, especially 5-6 minutes of stoppage time. How about Supra? They're good. I like what Supra's doing, but they are an expansion team. They're solid. I like what they're doing. Header goal, Tafari! And Kosi Tafari gives LAFC the lead 2-1. They did give up the away goal, but LAFC leads 2-1 in stoppage time. Header in by Tafari. I think Tafari headed it in. And Kosi Tafari heads in the free kick from Sun. 2-1, 2-1. And Kosi Tafari. 2 assists for Human Sun. Off the free kick, header in. And Kosi Tafari. Header, boom. Dive-in header and scores. Beats Garcia at the near post. Garcia had no idea. 90 plus 1. 2-1. 2-1. LAFC gave up a bad away goal, but at least they won the game itself. Well, they could win the game itself. If only it was 3-1. Wow, what a header. Heads up play. Heads up play for LAFC. Still getting up the away goals bad, knowing Toluca's better at home. But going into Mexico with a lead makes things a lot easier, especially if you get the away goal. With Bouanga coming back. It's something. It's not everything, but it's something. It's something. What a clutch goal. If they hold on, it's something. It's not everything, but it's something. It's something. 93rd minute. Huh. What a clutch goal. That was amazing. 3 minutes to go. Can LAFC hold on to the win? LAFC fans will never shut up about winning CONCACAF if they do. Hell, they've never shut up about losing in 2020 or 23, especially 2020. Which, I mean, they kind of have the right to because they kind of got screwed by America with Atuesta getting sent off for basically nothing. You know, who wins Saturday, Rapids or Houston? Colorado Rapids. But, you know, 2020 Champions League final, I understand why LAFC are still pissed about that, fans-wise. America did all they could to screw over. When they realized they weren't going to win, they basically did everything to fuck over LAFC, and they got their talisman suspended for the next game. Ball crossed in for the final, and they lost because of it pretty much. Brought down, in through, saved. LAFC fans are still sure bringing up their 2022 MLS Cup win. Oh, yeah, they are. 95th minute. But CONCACAF's just a whole different gravy. Yes. 95th minute. Hollywood FC fans are so... Oh, yeah, I remember. That's exactly what I'm referencing. Or what led to it, at least. Do you honestly believe that excuse? I mean, yeah, Eduardo Atuesta was LAFC's best player, or the most meaningful player in that LAFC team. He was their metronome. Losing him changed everything that they could do, or at least their high-octane style at the time. Is it an excuse? No. Is it a good one? No, but it is true. I mean, if you watch that LAFC team in 2020 and even 2019, you would know Eduardo Atuesta was the metronome of that team. He wasn't the biggest star, but he controlled the play and let Vela and players like Diego Rossi played them through and set them up on their runs, and he was very good defensively as well. Losing a player like him and having to replace him in a cup final, I think that is a problem. And BKL with a super chat, $5. Thank you very much. We're going to the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open Cup. New York is blue. Over the bar. I don't think one man makes a team. I mean, I do believe that does make some sense. But either way, thanks for the $5 super chat, BKL. Thank you very much. Miguel Herrera was sent off and had to sit in the stands and couldn't coach the team for the rest of the game. Yep, and he got punched in the eye by Ante Razov as well. Oh, man, that was crazy. 2-1. That was crazy. Over the top and full time. LAFC wins on the night 2-1. 2-1 esta noche. They have the lead. They gave away an away goal. They could have won by 3-0 or 3-1 if that offside was called correctly. I still feel they got jobbed there. But it's something. They do have the lead going to Mexico next week. It's something. And they win the game on the night. So, better team in the second half. They at least won on the night. 2-1. 2-1 esta noche. If you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Hit that hype button to get this up in the algorithm. Hit that join button to become a member. Send chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. My Dynasty Stars. I will see you tomorrow for Run It Back for April. And then on Friday, of course, Dynasty Stars. I will see you on Friday afternoon for Month Ahead for May. And then I will see you for the Raptors-Cavs Game 6. Live RSR. So we're off tomorrow, except for Month Ahead or Run It Back. And then I will see you on Friday. Dynasty Stars get Month Ahead. Everybody be together here to watch the live for the Raptors game, Game 6. And the review for that as well. So, review for this within the hour, and I'll see you again on Friday. All of you again on Friday. Dynasty Stars, I will see you Thursday and Friday. So with that being said, hit that join button. If you want to be part of that, hit that join button. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you.